Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time zone you're in. Thank you all for stopping by and joining me as I react live to Black Swan's long-awaited comeback, Roll Up. So, first off, I'm going to warn y'all, within the past hour, we've been getting warnings for severe weather. So, if things just go south and end up cutting off, I apologize, but that is most likely why. So far, things look like they should be okay for the stream, but I just wanted to give you all a heads up. Secondly, I really want to kind of take this time to basically explain what's going to be going on here. I know, it may just seem as cut and dry as just me reacting to the videos I listed in the description, but basically, I just kind of want to go like how it's going to go. I don't know exactly how long the stream's going to last. It'll kind of just depend on really how much I have to say about whatever and how engaged the chat gets. But if anybody has seen me stream before, especially when it came to when I was doing gaming stuff, I always had this rule where once we hit like 45 to 50 minutes, I always take a break. I call it a health break just because I try not to sit in one position for too long. The name, Navy Doc. I'm a nurse, so I gotta think about health here. So I don't foresee a break being taken here, but if we hit like the 45-minute mark, 50-minute mark, and we still got, say, like 2 or 3 videos to go, I'll probably just take a quick 5-minute break, just to get up, stretch, and maybe grab a drink or something like that. Just give everybody else a chance to do the same as well. But also, I really kind of want to talk about my journey with Black Swan before I really get started with this, because I'm not going to lie, I feel really spoiled in a way that I didn't have to wait as long as all the other Luminas, because of the fact that Cat and Mouse, my reaction to Cat and Mouse was what really pushed it over the top for me. I was introduced to Black Swan through a reaction of the video Karma, and that got me interested in the group. And I had done one other reaction. It was quite, I don't remember exactly how long those two were spaced apart, but I then reacted to their song Tonight, and I was warned that the lineup was different. I didn't realize exactly just how different it was, but I really didn't go into all the study and everything. But the thing I can say is that both songs, Karma and Tonight, had me very interested. But then I did the reaction to Cat and Mouse, and that really did it for me. Cat and Mouse was what basically told me, I'm like, you know what, this is the group. Like before, I would say Blackpink would have been my favorite K-pop group, but something about Cat and Mouse and Black Swan really just kind of was like, no, this is the group I'm gonna latch on to. And mainly I think it's because of their diversity. I mean, it was such a cool thing to see a group with no one that was Korean doing K-pop and doing it well. I absolutely loved the energy they had in Karma, but it was just something about Cat and Mouse, the way the song was constructed. Now, when I did the reaction to Cat and Mouse, I didn't react to the video. It was just a lyric video. And I'm actually kind of glad, because later on when I went to watch the music video, I almost felt like the video would have almost, I don't want to say distracted me from the song, but it was a very, it was really pleasing to the eye. It was such a fun video. So Cat and Mouse, as of right now, I'm going to say, is my top Black Swan song. And in all honesty, I feel like that's going to be hard to top, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what they bring to the table with this, because I've seen the Lumina speaking, just how anxious they were to finally get this comeback, and they had to wait a lot longer than I did. So, and I'm just thinking about how anxious I was getting, and I only really had to wait 2 months for it. Everybody else had to wait forever. So, kudos to Lumina all over the world. And I just gotta say, if I can make an analogy with the NFL, I always say the most loyal fan base in the NFL are Cleveland Browns fans, because if you can, like, when they were at their lowest and such a dysfunctional team, they would pump out their chest and, you know, be proud, you know, to be Cleveland Browns fans. And I get that same feeling almost with Lumina, because I went and when I looked at the history of Black Swan, like going all the way back to Rania, I'm just like, man, anybody who is still standing strong behind these ladies, they are hardcore, die-hard fans, like ride or die. Those are the type of fans you want. So, you know, I'm going to say I'm very proud to be in that. I still pretty much consider myself a baby Lumina in all this sense, but really looking forward to this. So the strategy I got for these reactions tonight. So I got to say, this was really hard. I've been wanting to watch these ever since they've all coming out, and to be able to hold off until tonight, man, oh man, I don't know how I pulled it off. So I'm going to start off with the highlight medley, which based on what I'm thinking, it's just kind of like some highlights of the songs that are on the EP, kind of get an idea of what they're going to sound like. So I'm going to do that, and then probably give my thoughts on in the order of what I feel like I'm going to like the most and like the least. And I say that very carefully, because just because I may like something the least doesn't mean I don't like it. You know, it's like maybe one song's rated a 10 and then whatever song bring forth is like 9.6, you know, so it's like still high up there, just not as high as the other three, you know, so we'll see where I rank with that. And then I've got the two music video teasers that I'm going to watch, and then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to save the music video for last, because I really feel like that's like the main event for this, and you know, you always hold your main event for last, but I'm going to start with the song Double Down, mainly because pretty much we've heard it already. I just like the idea that I'm going to finally be able to hear like the clean version of it, the album version of it. But from what I saw from the videos that fans took at Waterbomb, you know, I already have a feeling that I'm really going to enjoy that song. It's such a fun tune. Definitely gives you a strong summer vibe. Definitely a perfect song for Waterbomb, if you ask me. You know, like, but, you know, that sounds like such a hardcore clubbing song. You know, like you just hear it in like the dance clubs, or even, you know, just like outdoor events or something like that. That's the vibe I get from that song. And then from there, it's going to be, how's it pronounced? Say Jamais Vue will be second. La Boum will be third, and then the main event, the music video for Roll Up. And we shall see if my rankings that I made from the highlight medley stay true, or if they get drastically changed. But based on all the excitement I've been seeing on like Facebook community posts and everything, I see that we're already at like, I think it's like 865k views for the music videos, which is amazing. And honestly, even looking at the rest of the EP, I think overall, if you put them all together, probably close to 1 million views for all of that. So not bad for just being released for 3 days. And then also hearing about how they're charting, and I mean, just charting number ones in different various charts, dance charts on iTunes, all that. These ladies are coming hard. And if any of you have seen any of my shorts, I made this short. If you've seen the movie Tombstone, it's the scene where Wyatt Earp is getting ready to really start going on his vendetta ride, and he was talking to Ike Clanton, and the first part of my short was him where he's talking about, you called down the thunder, well now you got it. And then right after that, I went to another scene where he's yelling at him to tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me. Here, hell's coming with me. Because that is honestly the sense that I'm really getting with this comeback. You know, the reason it, you know, was delayed, why it took so long, is because I really feel like they're cooking something heavy with this, and I'm ready to see what the finished product is. So without further ado, we are going to go ahead and get started with tonight's festivities. We are going to start with the highlight medley. So I shall, well, first thing I'm going to do is actually pull that up on my screen. And now we shall switch over to that screen. All right. And if y'all could, I do my best to try to keep the volumes equal in a way. Obviously, with copyright reasons, I kind of have to get over the music a little bit, but I still try to get it loud enough to where you can at least hear it decently. But if you're having a lot of trouble hearing it, let me know so I can try to adjust the volume the best I can. So All right, let's do that. And let's see what the highlight medley brings us. All right. Good Lord. That intro by itself. All right, so we got a nice little Afro beat for our roll up. So it definitely looks like we got ourselves a Western theme going here. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually kind of got me excited. Okay. Oh, Fatu and Envy had some in that writing. Okay. Alright, so there's the title track right there. Okay. Well, I'm liking the photos they're showing. There's Double Down. We all know that one already. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, hold up now. Hold up now. Ooh. Okay.
Sometimes.
Alrighty. So that was the highlight medley. So some of the quick takeaways I got from that, it definitely looks like a heavy Western theme with that, which honestly it's actually kind of funny considering that the short I made regarding the comeback was from Tombstone. So I promise y'all that's purely coincidence. Oh, that is hilarious though. But the other thing that caught my eye was the fact that, oh, let me mute that. You're probably getting double that. I'm sorry. But the thing that caught my eye the most so far with that was seeing Fatu and Envy, you know, having a hand in the lyrics of the song. So it's like, okay, so they're really putting their stamp on this. I really like that. I gotta say, Boum though, ooh, that sounds like that might be my number one so far. Gee, Jamais Vue was really close. It was really sounded really good too. But I'm about to say the roll up that, you know, sounded kind of like what I would expect almost. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. The little bit I heard from that, from roll up, almost gives me it almost sounds like something I would expect to hear from Rihanna almost. Like, I totally feel like I could see her doing something at the very least with that beat and definitely with the reverb. I mean, it sounds like they're really going hard with this. Double Down, like I said, already heard it through the phone recordings of the Waterbomb performance. And, you know, it sounded like a really fun song, but getting to hear it, you know, more clear and everything, it definitely sounds so much better, and it might be a lot better than I initially anticipated. And good Lord, say Jamais Vue though. How am I gonna rank these? So if I had to go right now and rank how I feel I'm gonna feel about the songs, I would probably do Boum. Sounds like it's gonna be my favorite of the EP so far. We'll see what, you know, the rest of the songs have to offer. You know, we only got a little bit, so this list is heavily subject to change. So right now I got Boum as my favorite for the EP. For number 2, I'm not gonna lie, I think I might actually have to go with Roll Up on that one, which is interesting because with the sound of the song, it's not exactly my cup of tea in terms of the style of the song, but listening to what they are doing with it, it sounds like it has a ton of potential to be a really good song, and like I could already kind of feel myself really getting drawn into it. So I'm gonna put Roll Up at number 2. 3 and 4 are really hard. In all honesty, I don't know if I can necessarily go 3 and 4. It might be 3A and 3B with this, because Double Down definitely sounds a lot better than I was thinking it would. But Jamais Vue, there is just something about the beat and the tune with that song that, oh my lord, that feels like that. Honestly, I would not be surprised if Jamais Vue even hops up to the top of my favorites. Don't mind me if I check my phone. I'm going to whatchamacallit. Let's see, non-account, because I want to make sure that everything's running up to speed. Because there have been too many times where I be chatting, people are chatting in chat, and I don't realize they're chatting because for some reason on my OBS it's not showing up. But so far it looks like we're caught up, so I will trust my system here. So all right, now we're gonna start getting to the fun stuff. We just did the highlight medley, so now we are gonna go to the first music video teaser. So let me go ahead and switch on over. All right. Yeah, definitely a Western theme. If nothing else, that's a good lord. Look at how that looks. Y'all, it does not look like DR spared any expense. It really looks like they went all out with this comeback. Wow. All right, well, let's see what the first teaser brings us. Okay, so Western theme confirmed. Turn down my headphones a little bit so I'm not screaming into the mic. Good lord, look at those fits. Oh, I like that. I like that. Oh, that's all we're getting, isn't it? Yep, that was the perfect end. Okay. All right, so I will mute that because I'm going to go back, look through, and try to point out something. The first thing I want to point out is I actually appreciate the Karma throwback with Envy's earrings there. I don't know if you can read on that. You've probably seen the video, so you probably already know what it says. I try not to curse on my streams, but you know what? I may just have to bite the bullet on this one. It's all right. I won't get demonetized for this. But so Karma's a bitch. And man, that almost feels like such an emphatic turn from that album to this one. And honestly, I mean, even just this little snippet where they're just walking to the saloon and walking in, I got it muted, but this is just mainly just for a visual. I mean, just the attitude exuding from all four of these ladies is just, y'all, they mean business with this. And honestly, the fact that we actually got background players on this scene really excites me, because that tells me that this is definitely going all out. It's not just the ladies all by themselves. They got background players. Makes me wonder if there's going to be any violence with it, or if they're just the backup dancers and this is just a setup. I honestly, can't say one thing would please me more than the other. It's just cool to see just how much was going into this comeback. I mean, everything looks great. The sets look great. The outfits are great. I love the Western theme with it. It is so awesome. And honestly, I really like what they're doing. It feels like they're really trying to incorporate various parts of each member's culture. Obviously, with the Wild West, that's definitely an American thing. So that's probably with Envy. But again, with her earrings and everything, I just love the kind of like the throwback to Karma in a way. So that is really cool. I thought that there was something else in here that might have caught my eye, but maybe it wasn't. I know I mentioned the outfits. I loved all the scenery. Good lord. And just pausing right there, that red hair with that outfit, good lord. Like, it's like, who comes up with this stuff? It's so amazing. I mean, even Shreya is just like, these are not ladies you want to mess with. So that is teaser 1. So let me back out of this. And we are going to hop into teaser 2. And already, what in the world are we working with here? Whew. Honestly, you know what? I thought I remember seeing somebody post a picture about Fatu on a bike, which that fits her. That fits her. Hey, Andres, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. So, right now, I don't know how much you've seen already. We're about to get into my reaction to the second music video teaser before we start getting into the EP. But so far, I'm really excited about what I'm going to see with this music video. It definitely looks like DR went all out with this, and I am here for it. I cannot wait for it, and honestly, I am doing great. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you stopping in. So, where was I going? Okay, I don't remember where I was going with that. I know it had something to do with Fatu on the bike, but it's all right. It's not really an important point outside of the fact that I'm just really excited for the music video because it really looks like they went all out for this. So we are going to go ahead. Let's just go ahead and get started, and let's see what the second video teaser has for us. Fatu on a motorcycle. Who would have thought that that'd be so pleasing to the eye? Oh no! Oh, they are not going that. Oh my! Whoa! 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 Okay, that was okay. How can a 23-second video feel like that there's so much to digest in that? Wow. I mean, Fatu on the bike, I mean, good lord. That's such a cool visual. I don't know why that's so cool. But I'll probably take that over a horse riding, but let's go back. So, okay, so we do have backup dancers, so that's why I suspected from the first one, but good lord. Okay, so these were the dresses that were in the concept visual, so, okay, so those were Western style. I didn't realize that at the time, but seeing them in this setting, I kind of realized it. So I'm trying to go through. Oh my goodness, what they're doing with that. That's not, oof. Lordy. Yeah, Shreya, I mean, Fatu being Fatu. But what is up with Envy and the Whip? What are they trying to do to the Luminas? Are they ready for that? Man, they all got some. I mean, even Gabby with the way she was like doing the cards, and then here. Like, I want to know what happened that, caused everything to be set aflame, but wow. Y'all, an amazing 2 videos under a minute, and yet without anything really being shown, I feel like a lot is being shown, if that makes any sense. The one getaway I get out of this is not the Black Swan we are used to. I feel like there is a lot more attitude. There is a lot more, I don't know if confidence is the right word, but they are definitely feel like they are in their element. They've stepped their game up and they are ready to put the world on notice. And I'm not talking about just the K-pop world. I'm talking the world. They are ready for everybody to know who Black Swan is. Wow. So, all that being said, we are now ready to get to the good stuff. So, as I said before, we are going to start with Double Down, only because that is the song that everybody is already familiar with, through the various Waterbomb videos, that people were recording. I'm really looking forward to getting to hearing the song as a whole. I know that even though I have listened to the Waterbomb performances, there's only so much you can really get. Not that the videos themselves were bad quality, but you know, it's not like you can really expect much from a phone microphone and everything in a setting like that. You know, it's not like a controlled setting where you can control all the background noises, all the echoes and everything, especially on an outdoor show. So really looking forward to seeing what Double Down has for us. So we are going to go ahead and get started. Actually, one thing I did forget to mention, and I'm actually sorry I did that. Everything I'm reacting to here, I have in my description. I always provide the links for everything I react to, just because I want to make sure that the artists get the proper credit for everything. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to wait a few days after this all released, because I didn't want to compete with all the people streaming all this. I wanted to make sure, everybody, got their views in and then come and see the reaction for it. I did not want to compete for the views. Kenneth, how are you doing this evening or this morning or afternoon, whatever time zone you're in? Either which way, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you being here. Hope you are having a good time and hope you are doing well, most importantly. So, all right. All that being said, folks, let's go ahead and get time to double down. Oh yeah, this definitely has a club vibe.
Let me tell you something. I'ma look like someone you can push aside. That evil I'm like. Gotta wheel the fire and show
Okay, yeah.
everything you see. All the drip is on me. Ooh, gotta get that bag off back, saying dripping on you. Gotta get out my business. Get to the door, knock, knock, who is it? Step on the floor.
Fatu doing Fatu things. Oh, I like this little bit.
No, no, you don't know. Oh, that you will only make me a winner. I'll be bigger like whoa. I'm coming for you with that boom, boom, boom. Don't care if you.
Okay.
Double down on it now because I know. I got that go. Can't kill the shine. Tell me to give up.
All right, yo. Yo. If I was ever to make a road trip playlist, this song's going on it. Ooh. Why am I picturing myself on roller skates and skating rink right now? Yo. I need a music video for this song.
Ready, set, go. Nothing, no one can stand in my way.
Yo, they're seriously cooking with this.
Nobody can pay
me down. We double down. We double down.
Oh, they are not. They are not. Yes, they are. Oh.
Don't like my vibe. Double down on it now because I know. I got the go. Can't kill the shine. You tell me to give up, but I double down. That's how I do when I double down. That's how I do it when I double down.
Yo.
The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Yo. Okay. Okay, so I know that when I did my rankings, when I did the highlight medley, I had Double Down. I guess you could technically say tied for third because I had the Boum 1, Roll Up 2, and then I was tied with Jamais Vue and Double Down. But yo, this was more of a bop than I remember from the videos I saw. I mean, straight from the very beginning, this feels like this was a song they purposely wrote that was meant to be played with like clubs or dance parties. And honestly, hearing it like clean like this, I don't see how they could have done any other song. Well, I'm not going to say how they could do because they could easily have done any other song at Waterbomb, but this feels like the perfect choice for that. And honestly, as much as I was saying I need to have a music video for this, there's actually a part of me that is also thinking, no, let's not do a music video for this. And here's why I say that. I feel like this is one of those songs that Black Swan could do in a concert performance where maybe they didn't have set choreography, but they just let them kind of freestyle and have fun with the song. I feel like that would be the perfect thing for this. And if they did a music video, they would probably have some sort of set choreography that they would do with the performances. So I feel like maybe that it would be better. Maybe they didn't let this be kind of like a freestyle, have fun with the song type of song when they do the performances. That's what I get from that one. That was a really good one. Ooh, wow. Yeah, definitely probably a higher rank than 3. So I have a feeling this is going to be one of those things where it's like, this is probably going to be ranked number 1 for right now, but then I'm going to listen to the next one. It's like, okay, never mind. That's going to be my new number 1 on there. But so far, Double Down has jumped from 3 to 1. I should say 3A/B to 1 because technically Jamais Vue and Double Down were tied at third, so but made the jump from that to first so far. But that being said, it is now time to move on and actually listen to Jamais Vue. So let's see what they have to offer for this one. And here we go. Okay, I like the start of that.
Hey, that's the thought, but we don't. Oh, I forgot to be on it.
This might have already jumped back up to 1. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yo, wait a minute. That was an interesting thing they did with that. They all had a rap. Ooh, that's who. You did not have to hit us with that. I mean, you know Fact 2's gonna get with the raps. I just like the fact that they had the other 3 doing a rap.
I got my ladies with me, we keep it very clean. Queens at the top, yeah, I bet you wanna touch, yeah, serving the beat, do you feel it? My lips keep it high all the night.
Keep hitting my mouse. Definitely another good dance hit, that's for sure. But such a different feel from Double Down.
m'en fous de tout.
C'est jamais vu, stranded funky.
That little bit right there, good lord.
It's right, stranded funky. And satisfying. Say what you need, but I have some fun. I think he's right, stranded funky. And
We do it better.
It's trendy funky and satisfying. It's right, trendy funky and satisfying. Say what? It's trendy funky and satisfying. I think it's right, trendy funky and satisfying.
I'm not gonna lie, I love the tune and the beat to this. I think that's what initially attracted me to it on the highlight medley, to be honest. Alright, say Jamais Vue.
helped Anthony.
Kind of like what Envy said on her Wonder Hour segment. You know, I think it translated to something never before seen. And, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, that really holds true. That is a very accurate title for that song. Because the first thing I noticed on that one was all of them had a rap. It wasn't just Fatu rapping. It was everybody. And that was such a cool touch. And what I really like so far about what I'm hearing is the fact that even though, like I said, you know, Double Down, you know, gives you kind of like that nice summer vibe, club and feel, you know, you kind of get like I would say a club and feel. This definitely would make a great dance hit in a club. But what's awesome is that it had like a completely different like feel and sound to it. I can't fully describe what it is that felt so different. You know, unfortunately, I am not a professional in the music business in any way whatsoever. I'm just going at this through a fan. Sometimes I could just simply say, you know what, I just get a different feel from this. I can't explain why, but I mean, honestly, just listening to those back to back, it's honestly kind of crazy because these were 3A and 3B. And right now, I almost kind of got them at 1A and 1B because of the fact that I love the strong dance feel to both of them, but they're so different and they're so good with what they bring to the table. It's hard for me to really choose one over the other. It's kind of like back in the day when, you know, when they would do singles on, you know, those old, I don't remember what the dimensions were, but on the old records, you had like your A side or your B side. And usually the A side was the single that got released for radio play. And then the B side was just the you know, song that would accompany it, which wasn't like really meant to be the main money seller. But every now and then you would get what some would call a double A side, where either one of the songs could be like the main focus of the single album. And that's the feeling I get with Double Down and Say Jamais Vue. Is if it was done in that way, it could be like a double A side, which is so awesome. And I'm honestly so excited to get to La Boum because La Boum was already ranked number 1. So I'm gonna see if that's gonna hop up to number 1, because right now I've got Double Down and C'est Jamais Vu at 1A and 1B, which would put La Boum at number 3 and Roll Up at number 4. And again, these are just the rankings that I started with my highlight medley. It's obviously already been completely changed, and it could still completely change. And actually, before I get to La Boum, if you are just joining me, one of the things that I mentioned before I started, it's a personal rule for myself. You know, obviously you see the name Navy Doc, and that's actually really true in a way to my profession, because I was a medic in the Navy. That's why I chose the name. But I'm also a nurse, so I keep a lot of health things in mind. And one of the things that I always told myself, you know, doing this stream, because I always feel that it's important to make sure that you don't stay too sedentary for too long. I've always set a time limit for 45 to 50 minutes for my live streams to get up, stretch, use the restroom, grab a drink or anything. And I see that we are at the 44-minute mark on the live stream. So we are going to go ahead and take a quick, probably I would say about 5 minutes should be enough. So right now is 7:42 Eastern time. So we'll say about 7:50. We'll break until then, and then we're just gonna go ahead and hop right into La Boum. All right, everybody, we are back and better than ever. Got my water refilled. Take a quick swig. Make sure you all hydrate. Very important. Very, very, very important. So, all right. So, in terms of the EP, we've done 2 of the songs, the Jamais Vue and Double Down, and they were absolutely great. And as I said, when we get back, we're going to hop right into the Boum, and that is exactly what we are going to do. Let me get this thing full screened, and let me make sure the volume's up there. Let's do it.
The number you have dialed is not available at present.
So this is the one that started off #1 for me.
Time is wasting 내 맘 짙은 어둠 사이 더 선명해진 heart and soul. My life is drowning 한산 속에 빠진 듯이 나를 맡겨 완전히 in your zone. 내 눈빛에 오는 걸 서로를
I really like the tune of this.
이 순간은 ain't no rule.
Yo, this is amazing. Okay. You know, maybe it's me. I almost get a feel like this is something you hear from The Weeknd. And you know what? I'm here for it. Yo, this EP has been hot so far. I really like this bit right here, this bit of the song. It is just such a pleasing sound. I love it. Almost soothing in a way. My goodness. We haven't even gotten to the title track yet, and I'm already just... Wow. Alright, the Boum. Boy, they brought the Boum with that one. I don't have no idea if that has anything to do with the name of the song, but... Dude, they've been bringing the Boum with this whole EP so far, and I haven't even gotten to the title track yet. Yo. You know what? Already, this is shaping up to be... Dude, I don't see how this can't be, like, the one that finally does it for them. And actually, there is actually a point that just came to my head. I will actually save up for when I get to my, I guess you could say, final analysis of the EP after I get done with listening to, or I should say, reacting to the video to roll up. Hey, Christina. Hey, it is my pleasure. I'm honestly just glad I'm finally getting to these. You have no idea how hard it has been, because this, and it's really hard for me because of the shift I work. This came out while I was working, and I could have listened to all of these, but no, I had to basically wait until Wednesday morning up until this point. And you know, as much as some people probably would have asked me, why didn't I just do this live stream earlier? Obviously work schedule kind of prevents that. But really the biggest reason is I didn't want to compete with the views, the initial views, you know, on their actual channel. You know, I didn't want, you know, say, you know, they get so many, but then all of a sudden I take some of those viewers to watch me react to it. I wanted to at least give them a good 2 to 3 days to, you know, get some views built up and then go on. That way I don't feel like I'm stealing any views from them, because the whole point of me doing this is obviously to react it, not to try to take anything away from them. So that's pretty much the whole point of me waiting so long to do it. But man, I'm not gonna lie, there were parts of me that were tempted to move it up. Because I mean, just seeing the excitement from the worldwide Lumina and everything, I'm just like, man, yeah, I just feel like I'm missing out so much. I'm like, just hold out for a couple more days, and here we are. And speaking of here we are now ready for the main event, for the music video of Roll Up. And I tell you what, from the teasers I saw, this is going to be top tier. DR was not playing around with this, which explains so much about why, you know, the comeback was taking so long. And knowing that Connie has her hand in the choreography, doing the choreography, good Lord Almighty, you know darn well that that choreography is gonna slay. And I'm just very curious to see, you know, really what all the ladies bring to this. I mean, already just from what I've seen from the teasers, one of the things I said is just like the attitude and everything that they're bringing, you know, to this song, to this video, is like we are seeing a new Black Swan, you know, being born. And I almost, again, there was a point I was just about to bring up, but I feel like that it's probably going to be more appropriate for my closing thoughts after I get done with the music video, talk about the music video, and then talk about the EP as a whole. Because there is actually there's one thing on here that I don't think I've seen anybody bring up that I feel is a very important thing about this, and I think is another reason why I think that this is going to be the one that does it. Like Karma had that strong thing, and Karma was the one that got me into it. But you know, just the excitement I'm seeing from this, and the excitement I'm seeing from the Lumina regarding the music video, the song, and the EP, you know, I just have a feeling that this is going to be the one that finally does it for him. And the thing that just impresses me the most about it is you get like a different feel and style from like all of the songs. So it's like, you know, that's very impressive to me. So anyhow, I'm done talking. Let's go ahead. Time to roll up. Here we are. We all waited long enough. I've waited long enough. Alright, so I already saw this part on the teaser, so I guess that's a nice thing. I was at least a little prepared for this part. Alright. I mean, they just go in just owning this. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go.
Yeah. When I step in the room like that, she's an injured today. I'm catching your attention, but I don't mind.
Okay, Shreya. Whoa, get it! Okay. Yo, that rap. Oh, yo, I don't know if we were ready for this. Yo. Uh-huh. Oh my. Oh, my. Okay. If nothing else, that tells you Connie was all in this. Yo. Ladies, chill. Yo, this pre-chorus. Yo. Oh my goodness. Yo. Oh, I like that move right there. Jeez. Wow. Wow. Y'all. Alright, before I get into anything, I'm gonna rewind to a certain move here, because one of the things I said when I reacted to the teaser, I think it was the second teaser. No, it was the first teaser. Envy's earrings, the whole Karma's a bitch, and how I thought that was such a cool throwback to Karma. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. I feel like there was another throwback to it, and I'm gonna play that right now. It's just muted pretty much for copyright purposes, since I'm technically not reacting to the song anymore. But this move right here with Gabby, I saw that, and the first thing I thought of was her opening move with Karma. Now again, I may just be looking way too much into it, and that could just been the simple choreography that was meant for it. But there was a part of me that was meant to kind of give kind of like a nod to Karma, which it's kind of funny that Envy is there in it, since she had the Karma earring. So, again, I might be looking too much into it, but either way, let me switch my screens here, because now we gotta discuss the music video, and I don't even know where to begin. I mean, there are so many different things I could probably start with trying to give some sort of thoughts or analysis on this. But the one thing that is definitely obvious is Connie had her fingerprints all over that choreography. And it is amazing what she brought out of the group with that. Oh my goodness. Like, there was a part in there I was saying, I don't know if we were ready for that. And I honestly don't. And you know what's even crazier? And I thought it was ironic because some of y'all, I might actually go ahead and share the link in here for those of you that haven't seen it. But there was a short I made in regards to this comeback. And I used a scene from the movie Tombstone on there. And it's just absolute pure coincidence. But honestly, based on like the scene that I used, and then on top of that, what we got, I feel like that was way more appropriate than I could have imagined. Just give me a second. I'm trying to find the link to it so y'all can. Okay, so I'm throwing it in the chat. Feel free to check out that short right there. But basically, the way I titled it was Black Swan to all the haters. Because, basically that was in the movie Tombstone with Wyatt Earp, telling Ike Clanton, he said it, you called down the thunder, well now you got it. Well, you know what? The Luminas were asking for it, and we got it. But here, you know what though? The next scene in my short, where White is yelling at him, telling him that he's coming and hell's coming with him, that is Black Swan to the world. I mean, my lord, they were not playing around with that music video. That was, oh man, everything about that was so top tier. I mean, the sets, the visuals, the choreography, and the vocals. Oh my goodness. I mean, that the pre-chorus, the bridge, the chorus itself. You know, the chorus was the only part I heard in the highlight medley, and that still had it ranked at number 0. That's actually the thing I forgot to do, is to give my revised rankings. So before I go any further, my rankings for the songs with the highlight medley were Boum, Roll Up, and then 3A and 3B with Jamais Vue and Double Down. Revised final rankings. Roll Up, number 1 by a lot. Second, honestly, as much as I love Boum, I think Boum actually dropped down to technically number 4, because I still can't really decide between Jamais Vue and Double Down on which one I like better. So they're technically 2A and 2B, but that puts Boum at number 4. But even though it's at number 4, it's not like it's by a lot. Like, I would probably rate, if I was to rate each song on a scale of 0 to 10, I'm putting Roll Up at 10. Easy. I mean, oh my goodness. You know, I honestly thought that it was going to take a while for Black Swan to come out with something that would top Cat and Mouse as my favorite Black Swan song. No, it only took them 2 months. Now, I say that because I reacted to Cat and Mouse about 2 months ago. So I know it was released way, like, we're talking like what, 10 months ago, I think. So I know everybody's waited a long time for this. I've only had 2 months to wait, so I was spoiled with that. But it only took me waiting 2 months to have Black Swan find a song that would top Cat and Mouse. I did not think it was going to happen so easy, but it did. I'd put Roll Up at a 10. Say Jamais Vue and Double Down, honestly, I would put them both at about a 9.5. Because I'm not going to say there were iffy parts. There were just some parts where I just wasn't like as fully into it as I was with Roll Up. But the overall feel with the song, the overall vibe with the song, you know, it's like I didn't feel like I lost the vibe anywhere, if you understand what I mean. So those 2 songs were a lot of fun. And again, it's just too hard for me to pick which one I enjoyed more from the 2, because it's amazing how they both were really great dance songs, but yet you kind of got a different vibe from them. And then Boum, I would probably put at a 9.25. Like, that is like really how close everything was with that. And honestly, I mean, oh man. And that's the thing, I can't really even fully pinpoint what it is about each song that I like. But the thing that I liked about the EP as a whole, which if you're going to ask me to rank that on a scale of 0 to 10, I'm ranking the EP as a 10. Because, holy crap, after finally hearing all the songs on there, I don't see how this can't be the one. I strongly feel like this is going to be the one that finally gets Black Swan, I'm going to say, the credit they deserve. And the one point that I kind of hinted at earlier, that I haven't really seen anybody bring up, that I think is a very important point, is this is the first time where they've had consecutive comebacks with the same lineup. And I feel that is so strongly important because, I mean, think about how much, you know, Gabby, Shreya, and Envy have grown, you know, since the Karma days. Now, granted, I would say Envy more so because she's the newest of the group. But, you know, yeah, Gabby and Shreya, you know, they were kind of like thrown into the fire in a way, you know, but you still see the growth with them, you know, and then finally, it's like they finally found the combo, the magic combo that works for the group. And because, you know, you had their first, you know, with Tonight, where there was the 5 members, then you had the one leave. Well, you all know the history. It's like with each comeback, it felt like there was a different lineup, but this is the first time where they've had the same lineup for 2 different comebacks, and I feel that is so important in terms of group rapport and everything. And you just see how well they work together. And honestly, Connie, with the choreography and that, and what she brought out of everybody, it's like it brought out a whole other side of them that probably everybody knew was there, but you know, maybe just at the time they just weren't ready. But you know what? They definitely were ready to bring that out, and I don't know if we were, to be honest. I don't know if we were ready for this. This is amazing. And I'm the type where sometimes when I think of albums, I know this is an EP and not a full album, but there's some things I kind of think about. Like, you always have like those groups where they kind of like have that album where you hear the name, that's kind of like the first album you think of. Like, some people, like when they hear Pink Floyd, they might think Dark Side of the Moon. You hear Michael Jackson, you think Thriller, Prince, Purple Rain, you know, stuff like that. Beatles, Sgt. Pepper, where they have like that one album where that's like their masterpiece, where it's like, that's like the one where it's like, you know what, we are not going anywhere. You're gonna have to deal with us for a very long time, you know. And usually I'll use Michael Jackson's Thriller for a while because he's been in the music business for a while up until that point. But Thriller is the album that really turned him into a mega star. So usually I'll look at, you know, like artists, I'm like, okay, what was their Thriller album? And honestly, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is going to be Black Swan's Thriller. I feel that strongly about how good this was. I feel like this could be the one that puts them into mega stardom for the K-pop world. It would not surprise me one bit. But there is another album that I would like to compare this to. And that is the Beatles' Abbey Road. And here's why I compare it to this one. Is because the Beatles' Abbey Road album is the only album that I have ever listened to that I will not skip a song. I love all the songs that much that I will not skip any song that comes on that album. Every other album, and anybody who knows me knows how much I love the Beatles, but they have some albums where if I was to just play it all the way through, there are some songs when they get there, I'm like, okay, skip. You know, maybe because I really didn't like it all that much, or it's just one of those songs where it's like, you know what, that's not bad, but I know that this song's next, so let's just go to that one. Abbey Road is not the case. Abbey Road, it's like whatever song I'm on, I'm listening to it through. I'm listening to the album all the way through. That's why I put this on there, even though it's not a full album. You know, and I'm not going to count, you know, like their Goodbye Rania or Karma or anything like that, because, you know, they're like single albums for the most part. Well, granted, Goodbye Rania had 14 songs, but I guess they're all like remixes of Rania's songs, so I don't fully count that album. But as for all the other ones, you know, it was just like really 2 songs, so it's like not really a fair comparison. Whereas with this one, there was at least a possibility where there might be one song where it's like, you know what, I like the song, but I like this song that's next better, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip it. This is one of those where I can just listen all the way through and have no qualms about listening to all the way good through and not gonna skip any of them. That is why I put that on the Beatles' Abbey Road level, because Abbey Road is the only album that I've listened to where I'll listen to it all the way through and won't skip anything. So, man, you know, I may have only had to wait 2 months, but to everybody else that had to wait, you know, like the 10 plus months for this, I'm just going to tell you all this right now. I think we can see why it took so long. You know, they were doing some serious cooking in that kitchen. They were doing some serious cooking in that kitchen, and they came out with an absolute 5-star gourmet meal with this. I mean, every song on there was great. I can see why it's doing so well. This is definitely, and when I say this, I'm talking about all 4 songs are getting added to my K-pop playlist as soon as this stream is over. And honestly, I was going to say I can't wait for them to start doing stages with this. And we don't have to wait long, y'all. August 6th is the first time they're going to be doing a stage on this, and I can't wait to see it. Oh, yo, it is going to be hot. It is going to be hot. And, whew, man, I don't think we were ready for this. But it's here, and we got to deal with it, and so does the rest of the world. So, I think that's going to pretty much do it for me. Also, thank everybody that stopped in, said, hey, this was, this is so much fun. I'm definitely got to do this more. And for anybody that's still here, I just want you to know that technically the party's not over yet. Because actually next Saturday, I got another live stream planned. It's not going to be Black Swan. So, if you're only here for the Black Swan, you may not like it. But if you're a music fan, you will probably enjoy this one. I'm actually going to be joined by my brother and cousin on the stream. And we, the 3 of us, are going to be doing a watch along with a concert back in 1984 of the Jacksons during their Victory Tour. So I brought up Michael Jackson with Thriller, so we're probably gonna get some Thriller numbers in that concert. And this is like Michael Jackson at his apex, but he's performing with his brothers, so I am really looking forward to doing that one. So if you guys are wanting to join me next Saturday, feel free. I'm gonna be starting that one around 8 o'clock Eastern time. So if you can join me, great. If not, that is also all right. You can definitely catch the replay if not. But for those of you that stopped by, thank you all so much. I appreciate everybody stopping by. I hope you all enjoyed the reaction. Definitely get to the videos, continue streaming. Don't forget to go on the voting sites, vote for the song. I'm probably going to be going on Idol Champ on here in a little bit to get some more hearts so I can get to voting on there. So either way, let's do our part. Let's make this the freaking hit that we know it can be. Thank you all again for stopping by, and I will catch y'all down the road.